The After Show. We've been following the characters of America's #1 hit reality TV show for weeks, and what an exciting finale. Please welcome with me today the characters of Mice and Men. George!
Howdy!
Candy! And Curly!
Hi, y'all.
Take a seat. Unfortunately, Carlson couldn't join us today as he's out of town, but don't worry, next week we'll have a follow-up of him in our next episode. Now, let's get into what we all really want to know. So George, what was going on through your mind when you shot your best friend, Lenny?
Well, looky here, ma'am. I had to. They was gonna give Lenny hell. I didn't want him to have to go through that. Curly was gonna shoot him right in the gut. I heard him say so.
Curly, would you have really shot Lenny in the gut?
Well, it don't matter what I was gonna do if that bastard killed my wife!
Let's rewatch the scene and take a closer look at what happened.
I know who done it. While everyone else playing horseshoes outside, he done it. I'm gonna go get my shotgun and shoot him right in the guts.
And Candy, what was your reaction when you found out that George shot Lenny?
Well, ma'am, I was real shocked. He was a good fella, and I knew he had to do it.
Curly, heartbroken viewers across America watched as you left your wife's broken body lying all by herself in the barn, not even pausing for a minute to mourn for her. What do you have to say about that, Curly?
Listen here, I had to get Lenny. He killed my wife.
Did you even love your wife?
Well, how dare you? I never.
Did you know that your wife was flirting with the workers on the farm?
Listen here, I don't know how to sit here and take it. You're out of here. Well, I never.
Well, 1 down, 2 to go. George, so now that Curly's gone, tell us, where did you really get the gun that you shot Lenny with?
Well, I wrestled it off Lenny. He had taken it from Carlson, you hear?
Our cameras would say differently.
George, say it ain't so.
I had to do it. It was for Lenny's best. They was gonna beat him in jail.
We have a special treat for all you in the audience. We're going to show you never before seen footage of what happened to Curly's wife in that barn.
Here, get your hands off me! Oh, well, I never!
Wow! Welcome back to the show, Curly. Curly, what is your take of what happened on that fateful day?
Well, ma'am, I was outside playing horseshoes with the other guys when Candy here comes stumbling and mumbling out of the barn saying something about my wife. So as soon as I saw her, I knew who had done it. It had to have been Lenny. Never cared much for that fella in the first place.
So, Curly, from the very beginning, it seemed like you didn't like Lenny. Why is that?
Well, Lenny was a big feller, and I don't like big fellers. And he was new around here, and I had to put him in his place.
Candy, what was going on through your mind when you saw Curly's wife's body in the barn?
I knew Lenny had something to do with it. I just didn't know what else to do. I figured George had a right to know, him being his best friend and all.
Candy, what have you been up to since the season finale?
Well, since I've been working here and our plan of owning a dream farm didn't work out, I reckon I'll die here.
George, do you ever think that you'll get that dream farm that you and Lenny always dreamed of getting together? What about the rabbits, George? What about the rabbits?
Well, I've given that there idea a lot of thought. I've got some good steaks saved up and I'm still working on the farm, but I reckon I won't ever get those rabbits. They always reminded me too much of Lenny. I have been eyeing a small farm a few miles away. Might be nice to get my own place. Give workers who aren't so bright a chance to hold themselves a real job.
Last week we promised an exciting follow-up of Carlson, and now it's time. Please welcome him now.
Thanks for having me on your show, man. Besides, I couldn't make it last week.
No problem, not at all.
All right.
So, Carlson, what have you been up to since the season finale?
Well, I'm still working on my farm and saving up my stack. And after the shooting of Lenny, Curly and I have become best buddies. And we're planning on buying a farm up here.
Nice. So it seems like you all were going after Lenny. Why was that?
Well, Curly and I, like I said before, are best buddies. And if anybody goes after my friend, I stick by my friend. And I wasn't going to stay back at the ranch and let everyone else have fun. Lenny deserved what he got.
Carlson, the audience didn't get much of a glimpse into your life and the farm. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, us boys work hard on the farm. We were plowing the fields and harvesting the grain, and it was hard work. But Curly's wife used to make us stew and cornbread. Oh, she was a wonderful woman. And during the weekends, we used to go into town and play a game of blackjack and go into Claire's.
Well, Carlson, thank you very much for joining us today, and I hope to see you more in the future.
It's been a pleasure, ma'am.
This has been Of Mice and Men, The After Show. Thank you for joining us.